Is Snow White really as bad as people and critics are making it out to be? Is it, is it because of the controversy? Find out as I go into a review of this. So, cue the intro.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest of them all?
I am only bound by what is true. The fairest is not you.
What did you say?
On March 21st, experience the classic tale
Point me in the right direction?
like never before.
I'm sorry, my dear. Did I frighten you?
Disney's Snow White, rated PG, only in theaters March 21st.
Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to another movie review. And this review is going to be on Snow White. And the film stars Rachel Zegler, Gadot, and Andrew Burnap. And Snow White, this is a retelling of the animated classic, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs from 1937, which I watched as a kid, and I really enjoyed it. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is a classic, and it is a very good film. And there's been a lot of controversy with this film, primarily because Rachel Zegler ended up describing the character as having skin that was white as snow. And there are a lot of people that are like, oh, Rachel Zegler is miscast because Snow White is a Latina. I'm like, so what? So what? This is a retelling of the Snow White character. You know what this reminds me of people having the problem with Rachel Zegler as Snow White being Latina, is the people that were saying about The Little Mermaid. Oh, when that film came out, when the live action The Little Mermaid came out, and they had a problem with Ariel being black. So what? So what? And also controversy that was surrounding the Dwarfs because Peter Dinklage, dismissed the Snow White remake because he ended up dismissing it as a backward story, and Disney ended up saying that to avoid referencing stereotypes from the original animated film, we are taking a different approach with these 7 characters, and have been consulted with members of the dwarfism community. And I'm like, this dwarfs were CGI here because of what Peter Dinklage ended up saying back in January of 2022. They were going to cast dwarfs, but unfortunately, they had to CGI the dwarfs because they knew that there was controversy surrounding that. But also, Rachel Zegler ended up commenting over statements of her expressing disapproval of the original film, and people were pretty mad about what Rachel Zegler had to say about the classic animated film. I'm like, it's her opinion. She has a right to her opinion. So she wasn't a big fan of the original animated film. That's fine. That's her opinion. We all have a right to our opinion. But Snow White, I just got back from seeing the film, and I gotta be honest. Is this film as bad as people and critics are making it out to be? No. I thought the film wasn't as bad as people are making it out to be. I actually enjoyed the film, and I had fun with it. Are there problems and flaws with the film? Yes. But still, I had fun with it. I enjoyed the songs. The CGI, was, mixed at points, which I will get to. But the film was directed by Marc Webb, and Marc Webb, he directed 500 Days of Summer. He also directed the Amazing Spider-Man films with Andrew Garfield, which I enjoy both of the Amazing Spider-Man films. Yes, including Amazing Spider-Man 2, which a lot of people didn't like, but I enjoyed it. But basically, it's a retelling of the original animated classic 1937 film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And pretty much it follows Snow White, played by Rachel Zegler. And she ends up joining forces with, the Seven Dwarfs to free her kingdom from her cruel stepmother, who is played by Gadot, who is the evil queen. And pretty much, at the beginning of the film, we see Snow White and, her mother and father. And, we find out that the new queen warns of a threat, prompting the king to mount a campaign. And so Snow White's father, who's the king, goes off and he never returns. And, we find out that, the queen ended up killing Snow White's father, the king. And basically Snow White, who is now a young woman, has been regulated to being like a maid. So pretty much that's basically, what the plot to the film is about. Like I said, Snow White joining forces to free her kingdom from her cruel stepmother. But Rachel Zegler, I thought she was, good in the role of Snow White. I thought she did a really good job also, with her singing in the film. Rachel Zegler is a great actress and a really good singer. You can see it. But I didn't see the film, but she was in the remake of West Side Story, directed by Steven Spielberg. And she was also in Shazam! Fury of the Gods and The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which she was good in that film as well. And, she was a very good singer, in that film. Her character of Lucy Gray Barad in The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, thought she did really good. And Rachel Zegler is, just very talented. And she is the standout of the film. She makes the film more watchable, in my opinion. Gal Gadot as the evil queen, I have to say, she was one of the weakest points of this film. I didn't find her portrayal of the evil queen, very menacing. Although I did really enjoy the attires that she ended up wearing. It fits how the evil queen looked in the original animated classic. But it's one of her weakest performances, Gal Gadot. Andrew Burnap, who plays Jonathan, which his character was a new character that was created for the film. He basically is Snow White's love interest, and his character is based on the prince in the original film. And I thought Andrew Burnap did a pretty good job in the film. I thought that his character and Rachel Zegler as Snow White, they had good chemistry together. Patrick Page plays the voice of the Magic Mirror, of course, who is the evil queen's question to her asking, "Mirror, mirror, who is the fairest one of all?" But it was cool to see the Magic Mirror done in like live action, but of course it was CGI. But as I say, the CGI in the film was mixed. Like I said, like it was good when we meet all the animals, when Snow White goes into the forest, and the animals like the deer and the birds all surround her. I thought they looked absolutely amazing, and the CGI stuff with the magic mirror and with the evil queen, I thought the CGI was just very mid, in my opinion. It didn't look that great. And get into the dwarfs. Yes, the dwarfs look like garden gnomes. That's when I saw the trailers to it. I'm like, all right, the dwarfs, they're CGI, but they look like garden gnomes to me. Even when I was watching the film, I'm like, all right, they still look like garden gnomes. But I thought the songs in the film were, really good, especially Hi Ho, It's Off to Work We Go, and Wussa While You Work. And all the other songs that were sung in the film, I thought were pretty good. Enjoy them. Some of them are very catchy. But overall, Snow White, it's not as bad as people are making it out to be. Are there problems? Yes. But it's not as bad as people and critics are making it out to be. The critics and people who are hating on this film are hating on it because of all the controversy surrounding the film. And pretty much that's how the way I see it. But if you see the film and you enjoy it, or hate it, that's fine. But I'm just showcasing my opinion on what I think of this film. And I had fun with it. I think it's a cute movie to me. And every time, we see Rachel Zegler on screen as the main lead in Snow White, she just makes the film, like I said, a lot more watchable. But Snow White, like I said, not as bad as people and critics make it out to be. It's worth a watch. So, check it out. But anyway, that's it for my review of Snow White. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this review. Definitely give the video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all later tonight with the SmackDown review. It's a tape show tonight because they're in Italy. So SmackDown review will be up after the show is over. So I'll see you then.